campaign in New Hampshire today, 6 days to the Republican primary there. They were there yesterday, too. DeSantis first, though, in Haley's home state, South Carolina, criticizing her and Trump on transgender issues.
He had a tough time answering a question about whether a man can become a woman. Nikki Haley as well gave a word salad on that.
Haley in Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, on transgender boys in girls' sports.
We have to raise strong girls, and strong girls become strong women. Strong women become strong leaders, and none of that happens if we have biological boys playing in girls' sports. We've got to cut that out.
Now, former candidate Vivek Ramaswamy campaigned with Trump in Atkinson, New Hampshire. Iran launches airstrikes targeting what it says are military based in Pakistan. 2 children reported killed. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
Can I go ahead and sing the song? Baby, it's cold outside.
Very.
25 degrees officially at the New River Air Station. And it's been falling since I got up this morning. It was 29 actually when I got up. And it's been falling since then. Wow.
Boy, and it started coming in yesterday.
Headed for 23. Yeah, when that wind was blowing yesterday, I was outside down the tide line and it was like, whoa. And it wasn't even cold then, but it was cold. It was kind of on the miserable side.
And it's going to get, as you would say, more worse.
More worse. Yeah, it's going to get that way. Down to, they're now saying 15 on Saturday night. That's about 20 degrees or so tonight.
35 for the high on Saturday.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
That's not going to warm things up at all.
That's the polar plunge for Special Olympics.
I know. I thought about you this morning when I was listening to the weather for Saturday. I was like, poor Kelly.
I need to go down to that one. When is that, Saturday?
Saturday morning.
Where?
North Topsail Beach access.
I'll take my
I
camera.
think it's 3, but I can confirm that. I'll put it on our page. Thought I did, but maybe I
probably
did.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Tragic news yesterday morning. I'm Rayford Brown, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I'm Kelly Knapp.
And I'm Lee Barrows.
We've just been carrying on the conversation for the last half hour. So,
it's been crazy.
A series of conversations, and y'all don't want to even know. No, you don't. FCC wouldn't want to know either.
No.
As we talk about all sorts of things in here. Yesterday morning, a little before 2:00 in the morning, 45-year-old pedestrian was struck and killed by a car after 1 a.m., about 1:45 or so. The man was walking in the outside lane of Highway 17 North when a car turned into that lane from a side street, from another street, merged with the traffic there. The man, identified as Eric Lee Fisher of Jacksonville, was walking in the lane and was wearing dark clothing when he was struck by a car driven by 43-year-old Bobby Jean Haddock of Hubert. Fisher was taken to the trauma center at the Naval Hospital. He died there. No charges have been filed. The investigation, however, is ongoing. Jacksonville Police Department is handling that case. Wow. Folks, it always makes me curious why somebody's out walking at 1 o'clock, 2:00 in the morning,
right?
Where they're coming from or where they're going to. And if you're wearing dark clothing, people cannot see you, especially if they're turning from another lane, from another road. Their headlights don't pick you up until it's too late.
That's right. Yeah.
Wear as much reflective clothing as you can get your hands on. If you're riding a bicycle, do exactly the same thing, and carry a flashlight. You can buy little small flashlights to put in your pocket.
Right.
Or call Uber.
Call an Uber. Call a friend.
Call a friend. Call anybody. And get off the road. Don't walk in the lane.
I see it so much, especially coming down Gummer Edge.
So do I.
And coming down this road over here.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, even really turning onto Country Club Drive from Country Club Road, I don't have to drive it too much in the dark hours anymore, except coming home from time to time. But people early morning like to walk their dogs.
Yes, they do.
And they do it before dawn.
Yes, they do, because
put something reflective on, for God's sakes.
I saw a man on crutches with a broken leg walking every morning. And I was like, wow. Kudos for walking.
Yes.
Put something on your reflective.
You can get some blinking lights and put on you, if nothing else.
Anything.
You wear it at Christmas time, some people do. So get something to wear them during anytime you're out there walking, and carry a flashlight. So The Highway Patrol is still investigating a wreck involving an Oslo County school bus and a car yesterday morning on Piney Green Road. Happened during the show, 7:30, 8 o'clock?
Yes.
Thank goodness no one was hurt. The bus was transporting kids to Morton Elementary School. No other details are available as yet. Don't know exactly what happened. You can read all you want to on social media, but no telling.
Right.
So-
Whether it's, because it gets stretched on social media.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, but we heard all the sirens and we
Yeah.
were like, what is going on?
Yeah, there was a potpourri of sirens going,
Yes.
headed that way. Hunter, poor boy,
What
can't
now?
catch a break. Not that he deserves one.
Mhm.
Y'all tell me if you think he does. Federal prosecutors say a brown leather pouch used by Hunter to store a gun had cocaine on it. Go figure.
Yes.
Are you surprised? Anybody shocked by that? I smell a presidential pardon prior to the November elections. Anyone care to disagree? Yesterday, prosecutors asked a judge to reject President Biden's son Hunter's efforts to dismiss gun charges because investigators found cocaine residue in the pouch used to hold the gun. Let's back up a little bit. Little boy Biden faces charges that he lied on a federal ATF form when he bought the gun. Lied that he was not a drug user in spite of the fact that he was kicked out of the Navy because he was tested positive not once but twice for cocaine. Guess who swore Hunter into the Navy in 2013? Who gave him the oath of office?
In what year?
2013.
Wouldn't that be his
father?
The Vice President of the United
Yes.
States of America,
Kamala Harris?
No, it was Joe Biden.
Joe
Joe
Biden in
Biden.
2013.
Okay.
Yes. I know. I was trying to put him
I
in
know.
there.
I'm like this early.
It only took a few months after when he started his courageous career as a public information officer before his commanding officer, for reasons not released, sent him for a drug test, not once, but twice, and he failed not once, but twice. Then he was given the boot. Then in the not too distant future, he fills out a federal form, a notorious form, some say, lying about his aforementioned drug use, and is able to buy a gun, a handgun, a pistol, a .38 caliber revolver. The pistol that his then girlfriend, who ironically is his dead brother's widow, throws into a garbage can near a school. Hunter is indicted. He faces federal charges. He is just one of the problems that Big Daddy faces this year in his reelection bid. Now, Hunter, the boy son, faces problems with Congress too. He thumbed his nose at their subpoena to testify. He's now charged with failing to comply with a congressional subpoena. How long can this family skirt the law? The same individuals who try to go all righteous when they deal with Trump's shenanigans. Neither of these scoundrels deserve my vote. The problem for us is that if the Supreme Court ultimately decides that states like Colorado can remove Trump from their ballots, voters are going to be torn, especially the Republicans and the unaffiliated. Who are folks like that, like me? Who are we going to vote for? November could prove to be the lowest voter turnout in the past 100 years, and that would be a crying shame. But think about it. If Hunter is removed from the ticket, Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis, both with each about 20% of the Iowa caucus, they would be probably the front runners.
Very much so.
So
You
one
know,
will be the president and will run for president. The other will be his or her vice president.
right.
Oh God!
Well, I was watching a little bit of Trump's speech last night,
Mhm.
and Ramaswamy was there endorsing him. And I have to say, even though I don't really care for Ramaswamy
Ramaswamy.
as
Ramaswamy.
being a potential candidate in any way, he gave an outstanding speech, but he turned around and endorsed Trump. Then Trump got up there and said that Ramaswamy was going to
Swamy.
be
Ramaswamy.
Ramaswamy. You're renaming him.
Okay, Ramaswamy.
Yes, thank
Or
you.
Thank you for the
Ramaswampy.
correction.
Or Ramaswampy, one or the other.
Yeah. Anyway, if you say it fast, it has a tendency to slip. But anyway, he was there endorsing Trump. Then Trump got up and said that he's going to be working with his campaign and that you're going to be seeing a lot more of him. So rumors already flying. He may be a VP pick.
No,
So
don't think so.
stand by.
If Trump is the nominee, he's going to have to find somebody
Right.
that can bring in votes.
Mm-hmm.
Ramaswamy.
Ramaswampy. Is that what I said?
No, you said
He's
Swansea
Swazi.
or
Or
something.
Swami.
You said Ramaswazi. It's Ramaswamy.
Well, I didn't hear that in my ear. I'm sorry, but
That's okay.
Ramaswamy. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, but Trump or any other nominee is going to have to pick somebody that can actually bring in people.
Right.
That's the only way that they can get it. So
It's going to be interesting.
it's going to be disgusting. So let's talk about politics, defined as a lot of blood-sucking creatures, a lot of them. The definition is redefined most every day of the week, especially in hotly contested, meaning presidential election years like this year, 2024. Most of us ask, not where's the beef, but where's the truth? Where is the truth? Honestly, I cannot provide an answer that will satisfy even me. From the local level, don't get me started on that one this morning. So
Lord.
that water is very deep.
Well, I got something to talk about on that.
I just want each and every honest person running for public office here in Onslow County to agree to come on our show. If you don't want to, perhaps you have things to hide that you may think we already know. If you think we won't talk about what you won't come on here to defend, you're sadly mistaken. Failure to appear is no more of an excuse with us than it is with any court in this country. Otherwise, why would you not take the opportunity to have an honest and open discussion about your platform? I am not challenging you. I'm offering you some time without spending a dime. I'm a poet and I don't know it, I guess, to reach out to those who listen to this show, the only talk show in Onslow County, to get to know you, the real you. It's an opportunity. Unless you have things to hide, then you're on your own. That's what I've got to say.
All right.
If you don't want to come on here, then you have a reason, perhaps, or an excuse, or you're fearful that some of what you have done will be revealed.
Mm-hmm.
State or local or federal, you're welcome. You're encouraged. And we've got one gentleman coming on at 8 o'clock this morning. Third District Congressman
That's right.
Greg Murphy will be joining us. And we've got questions to ask. Yeah, I got a lot of questions I'm concerned about, including the attack and the congressional reaction, especially from Republicans, about the attacks on the Houthis that was launched a week ago.
Yes.
I do not disagree that they need to be taken out.
Congress was never contacted.
As far as we know,
Right.
the congressional leaders were not notified.
Right. Yeah. I heard there was a lot of anger about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got
All right.
we got a visitor.
Well, I've got it.
Okay, it's your turn.
So I am now the campaign manager for Robin's reelection.
Yeah, figured that would happen.
Well, we lost a previous campaign manager due to passing away, so it was just easier. And I want to say that Robin will talk to anybody, as y'all all know. The man likes to talk. If you're going to send him messages, please identify who you are in text messages that you send, so we verify this is actually from a legitimate citizen of Onslow County. Because Robin gets so many messages a day anyway.
Well, we all get these scam calls.
That's what
Okay.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if you're going to message him or text him, for example, all you need to do is identify yourself, and all is good. Whether it's by email, text, Facebook message usually will come obviously as an individual. But if you don't, I've instructed him, don't answer it. If we don't know, I mean, there's this day of age of viruses and everything else coming across. I'll have time to engage in, nonsense. It's, just say, hey, this is so and so. You don't even have to give your last name. Well, yeah, would be preferable, but it doesn't really
because there
matter.
are a lot of Jims and Johns and Joes.
And then ask your question. But sending a message with no identification, I can promise you right now, is not going to get answered. So that's all I have to say about that.
And then if you take it to Facebook and bash Robin or any other candidate for something like that, then shame on you.
Well, there's a lot of that.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, last night actually, and just all you gotta do is say who you are, and you'll get answered. I mean, he has no problem answering questions.
Nope, he doesn't.
No.
Always answers ours too.
Yeah.
Okay, coming up at 7:30, we do have Dr. Rosie Stein. She'll be joining us and find out what the sickness is going on in the country, in the state. See how things are going. We know the flu is pretty bad.
A lot of RSV too.
And a lot of RSV. So we'll talk to her about that. And let's see what's going to happen. You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back with weather.
Is your phone plan messing with your savings plan? Don't get stuck paying for things you don't want. With Verizon, you only pay for what you need. And for a limited time, when you bring your own phones to a Verizon store, you'll get an amazing price on your plan. Plus, you'll save on things you actually love, like the Netflix and Max with Ads bundle. And it's on our award-winning 5G network. Bring your phones to your Verizon store today for an incredible deal. A better plan to save is Verizon. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Anjali.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just got an alert for a strange charge on my card.
No problem. We make sure you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases on your Discover card. Let's see. Did you purchase something from a t-shirt cannon store yesterday?
Absolutely not. No, I already have like 3.
$0 fraud liability guarantee. It pays to Discover. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full-color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at TopsailTimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning. Expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any other reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the Carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com. That's also on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME.
A great place for boaters and anglers to congregate, pick up on the latest news, the gossip, and yes, a few lies. I fish, therefore I lie, but it's all good. Stop in at Tideline Marine. Bring pictures of fish that you caught. We like to see them. One gentleman stopped in yesterday, looked through the Fisherman's Post magazine that Tideline has on his shelves, found a picture of a couple visiting from California that he took fishing. They had landed a king mackerel and a black drum on the trip. And they were featured, photos were shown. So proud that he started showing me a lot of pictures, fish pictures on his phone. We had a moment. I shared with him a number of fish and other creatures that I took down under the water. Tideline Marine has a great team that actually enjoys dealing with the public, a public the team considers to be part of the family. It's the boat show season, and Tideline has boats to show year-round. Whether it's a top-of-the-line Lund fishing boat for the rivers and the backwaters, a luxurious Aloha pontoon boat that you can show off to a lot of friends, or an offshore or nearshore center console aquasport that will take you to where the big fish like to play. Tideline has something for you. And while you're looking around, you might want to take a look-see at the lures that I emphasize local fishing guides use. The same lures they buy at Tideline, the lures that actually catch fish to keep their customers coming back for more action. All you have to do is ask. Tideline Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Keep your eye on the weather for the next few days, probably the next week. It's going to be ups and downs, mostly downs. First off, offshore, 20 nautical miles, small craft advisory in effect until 10 o'clock this morning. Today, northwesterly winds, 15 to 20 knots, gusts to 25 knots. They'll diminish to 10 to 15 this afternoon. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Dominant period 6 seconds. Are going to be close together. Sounds and rivers choppy, diminishing to a moderate chop in the afternoon. Thursday, westerly winds 5 to 10, becoming southwesterly in the afternoon. Seas very doable, 2 to 3 feet. Dominant period 8 seconds. Sounds and rivers a light chop. And then comes Friday. Westerly winds 15 to 20 knots with gusts to 25 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Sounds and rivers are going to be choppy. And it's going to be colder.
Today, sunny, high of 40. Gusts about 15 miles an hour today. Tonight, clear, cold, low of 21. Tomorrow, sunny, high of 54. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, low of 38. And on Friday, mostly cloudy, a high of 50.
It's enough for me to stay in the house.
Yeah. Keep in mind, folks, right now, the water is cold.
Yeah.
If you're going fishing or you're going out there doing whatever,
don't do it.
Make sure you wear protective clothing in the boat, because that chill, it will get you. And make sure that you wear high-end flotation devices. I'm not talking about those that get you by the law. I'm talking about something decent. And if you're smart, you will get something that is made of neoprene for this time of year.
Right.
It's not good in the summertime because you'll burn up in it, but wear it. If you got it in the bottom of the boat and you fall overboard, guess what? It ain't worth a flip. I don't care how much you paid for it. Put it on and wear it. They can keep you alive long enough for emergency personnel or fellow boaters to be able to reach you if you fall overboard. Cold water will not kill you. Staying in cold water will reduce your ability to stay afloat, and that leads to drowning.
Yeah.
Very few people die of hypothermia in the water. They die because they cannot move their arms or legs, and they drown. That's the way it goes. Okay.
Well, there's something real quick that I know we're waiting on Dr. Rose. So in New Hanover County, they've had their own little school board issues, apparently.
Yeah,
so a group of students on the January 9th meeting from Hoggard High addressed the board with information. They had done a survey that Hoggard High student Samir Bihan, I know I didn't say that poor kid's name right. He's just a very smart young man. They did a survey, and the survey assessed the students at the high school's opinions on some type of policy dealing with the standards of professional conduct for the school district employees.
Huh.
Okay, I'm all for that.
Not a problem with that.
So this young man, Bond, was seeking approval for students to interact with the policy committee at its January 16th meeting, which would be allowed under the school board's student voice policy. And this young man said the policy directly impacts students as well. Good point. Nice policy, especially if the policy says you can do it. So apparently some board member Josie Barnhart wanted to know why the student voice policy was needed and submitted a motion to terminate it altogether.
Uh-oh.
She said she was not in favor of letting student voice participants speak on policy 7205 because when the policy was brought to the policy committee, there were lots of questions and none had been addressed. She said if it was left up to her to change the policy if she wanted to, but she hadn't done it, nor has anybody else. Well, her motion was not even seconded, and instead the board voted on the original motion that board member Stephanie Craybill made, was to allow the student voice representatives to speak, as they should.
Yep.
5 of the 7 board members voted yes, and Pat, Bradford, and Barnhart voted no. Why would you not want these students? Why would you not want students who were students?
Because you have something
in
to
the district?
hide.
Yeah, I mean, what is her deal? And the young man assured the board that the information he and the student ambassadors gathered was not negative or argumentative, but more of a helpful measure for the board to understand perspectives of the student body. How are you going to govern and not get the perspective of the people you're governing?
Yep.
Doesn't make sense.
None at all.
So good on him, and I'd love to know what that survey said.
Yeah.
I guess
that
it
was-
will be detailed on the 16th of
That was
January.
yesterday.
Oh yeah. So now I need to find out what
See
came
what
of
it
that.
is.
Let me see if I can find that out.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Real quick, for those of us who vote in the Bryn Mawr precinct here in Onslow County,
hmm
we're changing voting places again.
Where are you doing it now?
We're going to go back to where we were before.
Fire station or the church?
No, was at the fire station, going back to the church.
Okay.
It was at the church, then it moved to the fire station, then it's going back to the church. Adopted on the 11th with the Board of Elections. The Bryn Mawr precinct polling place was Jacksonville Fire Station number 3. That was on Huff Drive. It will now be the Pine Valley United Methodist Church, 910 Pine Valley Road. Wow.
Wow. Okay.
And the elections director, Jason Dedman, told the Daily News the Bryn Mawr polling place used to be at the church, but had to be switched to the firehouse after COVID.
Right.
Now, though, voters will be back at the church for the 2024 primary and beyond. The church is better for parking as well.
Yes.
I was
Oh,
just going to
definitely.
say
Better.
that. Definitely, because the fire station's right there on Huff Drive.
Yes.
Right there.
You have
It's
to
very
park
busy.
across the street.
Yeah, I mean,
into the industrial
a
little
lot of
office
traffic.
park.
And there's two daycares right there, and a dentist office across the
I
street.
like
Yeah.
it much better
And
at
the
the
post office.
church.
Yeah, this is I agree. That's a better location.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, it's not mine, but it is my daughter's. So
Well, it's mine.
yeah,
And, well, I probably won't be voting there this year.
Mhm. You gonna early vote?
I got to.
Lesson
Your track record
learned
be
last
better.
year.
Yeah,
Didn't you
yeah.
learn a lesson last year?
I did
Yeah.
not have the opportunity to
It
vote
was-
last year, and they wouldn't let me out of the hospital.
It was very unfortunate for you.
Mhm.
Very
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Or the year before last, not last
Yes,
year, but
yeah, that's true. It was a year. It's been a year.
yeah,
Oh wow.
been almost a year and a half
Oh,
since
goodness.
that fateful day. Okay, there we go. We got our doctor, the resident doctor, the doctor of the day. How are you doing, Dr. Rosemary Stein? Thank you.
Cold. Good morning.
How cold is it in your neck of the woods?
17 degrees.
Ooh, yeah. Well, we're at a balmy 25.
Mhm.
It's been falling all
Well,
morning
that
though.
sounds warm compared to here.
Dr. Rose wins the contest.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, but we're going to be headed there. We're headed for 15 on Saturday night. That is just
Oh,
like
that's-
no. Can I get to Key
I'm
West
feeling
on
like we're in
95?
Connecticut or something.
Yeah, I know. We're. But anyway, the sun's shining here. It's pretty cold, but pretty.
That's good for sitting by a window inside.
Yeah, well. And my fireplace was burning real well
Yeah,
last
he
night.
sends us pictures every night. It's just like rubbing it in. Stop.
So, okay, everybody, everywhere I'm going, people are sniffling. They've got the runny nose. They got a hack and cough due to sinus drainage or whatever. But how sick are we?
Well,
that's a question.
that is a great point. Is that most of us have something that's just dripping down our throats, and we're going to, for the most part, get better. So that some of us are sick, but unless you're running a fever, you're breathing fast, or you're feeling very weak, the most probable thing is that we're going to get better, and that we have some drainy, maybe sinusy thing. I like to say that if your drainage goes from being clear to being very thick, and you develop a bit of a headache or pressure in your head, it's a good sign that you might have a sinus infection. You need to get that checked out with your doctor. But other than that, I mean, just make sure that you're drinking plenty of fluids, and you put some honey in some of the fluids, and you know, you just move around so that drainage can just not stay in your lungs or in your throat. But many of us have these symptoms, and we're just getting through, and we know that it's nothing severe. But when I said sit by a window, when the sun is shining, I meant it. That's just for vitamin D. So we should all be taking the time to be exposed to a little sun. And if we really can't, then we should be taking vitamin D supplements, because as we all know now after COVID, vitamin D helps for immunity. It bolsters your immune defense.
Well, my physician here has put me on, is it vitamin D3 or something like that? Because of a deficiency, but I didn't know I had a deficiency. I spent a lot of time outside. And I know so many other people that have been prescribed the same thing or been told to do
I
it.
think that just in the last probably decade, doctors have become aware of the value of vitamin D. And how it's helpful not just for the skin. We used to think that it was mostly for skin and for the eyes. We realized how important it was to immunity. And so we also realized that we're more a sedentary population. Well, not you, Mr. Rayford, but the rest of us might be, where we're inside and we're not as active as we used to be, which means that we expose to the sun as much. And so because of that, the population's vitamin D stores have decreased. And so that in women also will lead to scoliosis and osteoporosis, because that's part of what the bone needs to form strong, healthy bones. So taking vitamin D supplements every day, even if you are exposed to the sun, is only going to help you. It's not going to hurt you. Don't overtake it. I would say that 2 of the 1,000 units is a good enough, but you can take up to 4 without any problem.
That's taken 2 a day?
Yes, 2 of the pills a day.
Gotcha. 1,000.
Yeah, I think she told me to take 5,000 units a day. I forgot to get back normal. So,
I made a mistake. Each vitamin, each pill is 2,000 units.
Yeah.
So yes, you need to take at least 2 of the 2,000. So it's 4,000 a day.
Okay. Yeah. That's kind of what she was talking about, except I've got, I think I got 5,000 unit pills. I got some big ones.
No harm in that. That's pretty good. Better to take a little bit over than a little bit under.
Yeah. And the latest blood test was a couple of weeks ago, and it shows that I'm back to being normal. So she said in 3 months, she's probably going to reduce that. So we'll see. Get it down to about 4,000 units.
Children should be on a regimen of extra vitamin D through the winter as well, especially they're attending school and they're exposed to everything, and it helps them. So vitamin D and vitamin C are very, very important to help with the immune system.
I would imagine that being outside and trying to soak up some sun rays during the wintertime, and you're wearing all this clothing, not like wearing a bikini at the beach, but it doesn't penetrate the clothing very well, does it?
No. I mean, you're pretty much only going to absorb it through the face and the hands for the most part during the winter. So the absorption rate is not going to be the same as a nice warm day when you're wearing shorts and light shirts.
Yeah. Okay.
Dr. Rose, I have a question. My grandson came down with flu B last week. And then he developed this weird head to toe rash. Is that common with flu B, or is that just some kind of secondary thing? And he ended up with the ear infection on top of that. So
Good
this kid was
Oh
sick.
gosh.
Yeah. What's the deal with the rash? Is that with flu?
I have seen that with the flu, but not very often. There's a possibility that if the rash came 3 days after the fever went down, or 2 to 3 days after the fever went down, that he not only had flu B, but he might have had roseola at the same time. So just about any virus can give you a rash, especially either when it's coming up or when it's getting better. But for sure, roseola will do that. There are some illnesses that are viral that will give you a rash, and roseola is the most common of them, especially in children, maybe 3 or 4 and under.
Well, that's weird. And once he started the antibiotics for obviously the ear infection, the rash started going away. It's very bizarre. Like, it may just be coincidental. That could be coincidental, but he poor thing, he's doing much better now. He's
That's
allowed to
good.
go back to school, but he's never really been sick. This kicked his tail. He's 9. So he was,
Poor little guy.
yeah, he called me up crying, and he was said, Nana, make it stop. It hurts. So
Just not feeling well.
I sent him some Dairy Queen. He said it made him feel much better. Yeah, I DoorDashed him a Dairy Queen Blizzard. He said it helped.
You
So-
DoorDashed
Oh, wow, that's
a Dairy Queen Blizzard.
I wasn't going over there. Yes,
You could left it on the doorstep.
I did. I'm about going out. No, it's all right. It was in the evening. That's okay. I DoorDashed a lot. Yeah, he was happy.
He was still happy. And
Yeah.
so the other thing that it might have coincided with strep. And so remember, we used to have scarlet fever.
Yeah.
Scarlet fever is a form of strep.
I had that as a kid.
And
Yeah.
it'll have a sandpapery rash. It
Mhm.
starts around the neck and just the back, the face, and then it spreads to all of the body. But it really has this genuine or it's all of itself characteristic rash and peel, which is very sandpapery red. It's almost tender all over.
I wonder. I'll have to ask my daughter, did it look like that? I'm going to ask her just out of curiosity, because I know scarlet fever is nothing to mess around with. So,
Yeah, and the fact that he got better after the antibiotics might just tell us that was what it was. And
Yeah.
that's when he felt better.
right. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I'll make sure he's taking his antibiotic. So make sure it's
Yes,
all
full
taken.
10 days.
Okay. I will make sure. I will hound about that. Not to worry. Okay.
You'll put it in those ice cream
I will
blizzard,
go-
aren't you?
I will do something. Yes. Yes.
You're very welcome. Always a pleasure to talk to you guys.
Same here. We'll see you next week. Let's take a break. You're live to local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back. And guess who?
Lane and Hubert between Jacksonville and Swansboro. Flatwoods Outfitters is a sporting and firearm facility. Flatwoods Outfitters has a long gun or pistol in stock to fit your need, whether for hunting or personal safety. Take advantage of their outdoor shooting range to practice or to learn how to safely operate your firearm. Flatwoods highly recommends. At Flatwoods, you can sight in your scope to be sure of perfect accuracy to bag that trophy. They carry all the major brand names of long guns, shotguns, and pistols, as well as ammunition. If you are interested in a concealed weapon permit, Flatwoods Outfitters can assist with that also. Flatwoods Outfitters, 111 Second Amendment Lane, just off Highway 24 in Hubert, where they aim to preserve our hunting heritage while
Located at 4111 Gum Branch Road, right here in Jacksonville, and 633 Sandridge Road, Hubert, has all you need when it comes to convenience for gas, cold beverages, and a great selection for quick pickup essentials. Enjoy fresh, not frozen, delicious meals at Chappie's Chicken, located inside Wismart, 4111 Gum Branch Road and 633 Sandridge Road, Hubert. So if you're in a hurry, get it all. Gas, ice cold beverages, convenience store items, and delicious, fresh, not frozen, Chappie's Chicken at Wismart, 4111 Gum Branch Road, Jacksonville, and 633 Sandridge Road, Hubert.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Chino Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we are back, and in the studio with us, braving the cold 25 degrees out there, Peter Wright.
Good morning.
Good morning. Medicare, healthcare agent, licensed. Let me get that in there for a quick brief, because there are a lot of people out there that say they're representing yada, 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 who don't have a license to do so, right?
Yeah. Well, it could be.
They're like telemarketers.
Yes.
There's a lot of work that goes into becoming an insurance agent. Yeah.
Yes. Now, I understand, and I'd heard this before. I read it here on your handout too today. This, what do they call that? Inflation Reduction Act.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to have a result that's not going to reduce inflation if you go to the drugstore to get some drugs, right?
I was quite surprised. I listened to, so the answer is yes, it will have an effect for some people.
Prescription prices are going to go up.
It often is, I was listening to a podcast by a lady called Norma Johnson, who compiles a database for agents. I believe it's for agents to use to help people keep their drug prices low. I didn't think agents were actually allowed to recommend different types of drugs in place of other ones, because we're not.
You're not doctors.
We're not doctors or pharmacists, but she compiles this database, and what she said was that the people that are on MAPDs. Now, that is people that are on Medicare Advantage plans with a prescription drug plan as part of it. It won't really be affected. It won't be affected as much
because the government takes care of that, right?
Because the government is paying that plus minus $10,000 per year per person that signs up. So there's enough money to go around there to help with. There's enough money there to help with the drug prices. But now the people that are on a prescription drug plan alone, or a prescription drug plan in conjunction with a supplement plan, those plans do not have the extra money. There's not the $10,000 coming in. It's just what somebody pays. If you had a prescription drug plan, Rayford, you would just pay the premium for that. There's no money coming from the government. For that. So they're going to have to pay for for drugs. Like if you have on a cancer drug, it's a very expensive drug if it's a Part D drug, and also people like myself that are on Humira. And she specifically mentioned Humira. Anybody that's on Humira is going to be, those drugs are going to be really costly for the insurance companies. And so what she's seen already in this last year is a lot of the tiers for those prescription drug plans have been changed, so that drugs instead of being on a cheaper tier are now on a more expensive tier. And she expects for next year, for 2025, that those tiers will change even more. Because that's the only way the drug companies will be able to make money. They'll charge other people. They'll have to charge the other people
to make up for the difference.
The difference.
Gotcha. Okay, we've coincidentally we have the North Carolina Insurance Commissioner Mike Causey on the line right now. Good morning, Michael. How are you? It's cold out there.
Good morning. Doing great. How are you?
Freezing.
Turn up the heat.
It's nice in here, but it's cold outside.
Well, I've been listening to your conversation on the prescription drugs. I will say if people have issues with prescription drugs or want to compare prices, they call our department. We have people in our seniors health insurance program to help seniors every day with Medicare prescription drugs, and also a Smart MC is another program when people have disputes with hospital bills or drug prices or anything like that to report.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind.
I appreciate that. I hear you're at Camp Lejeune this morning.
Yes, we're promoting our Marines and other military members are aware of the high cost to all of us of insurance fraud, and we see a lot of insurance fraud from time to time that could be prevented. Somebody's a car burns up and it turns out that it was somebody that set that intentionally to collect insurance. And when those type things happen, it costs all of us, and it's one factor that drives up our automobile insurance as well as other types of insurance.
Do you have a fraud division?
We have one of the best in the nation. We have the oldest fraud division in the nation. This is a little trivia. Not many people realize North Carolina was the first state to put law enforcement in a Department of Insurance, and that was back in 1945. So we're the oldest Department of Insurance in the nation to have sworn law enforcement, and our special agents are sworn statewide. They can arrest anywhere in the state, any county, any town. And last year, they made over 500 arrests. Ooh. It was the best year ever for our fraud prevention program. And they recovered for the consumers, for the people of North Carolina, over $10 million. So it was a good year. And we have 60. Sounds like a lot. We're just scratching the surface. We have 60 sworn law enforcement officers, well-trained investigators, and we could use 60 more. And we're hoping to continue to grow our criminal investigation division, our fraud division. So if what we try to let people know, if you suspect fraud, you don't have to know it's fraud, but if you think it may be a fraud situation, report it. We have a toll-free number on our website, ncdoi.gov. Our investigators will check it out. And a lot of times it's not fraud. It's just a civil matter that we refer to the courts or the district attorney. But the fraud is a serious problem, and we need to be aware of it.
Yeah, that's generally with malice aforethought, as they call it. When you plan something for the sake of collecting insurance. We've seen that happen on many occasions. I have. So, yeah, well, good for you. And 60 is not a whole lot. We got 100 counties in North Carolina. So the 60 is not a whole lot of cops to cover 100 counties, to be honest with you. All right, Michael, thank you. Stay warm out there.
Thank you.
We'll be chatting with you later. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Mike.
Okay.
Let's take a quick break. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this winter. Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, serving our community for over 25 years. Also, Down East can help you with your call Down East today at 346-4311.
Whatever it.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry, the Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry. Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, where good things cost less. Down home down the street on the Richlands Highway, Jacksonville, and Main Street in Maysville. Hey, make sure you join Pig Perks Rewards and earn 1 point for every $1 spent. Family pack T-bone steaks, $9.99 a pound. Boneless chuck roast, just $4.99 a pound. 2-pound bag bright leaf hot dogs, $7.99. Whole Boston butt, $1.59 a pound. Half cut boneless strip loin, $5.99 a pound. Western style pork ribs, just $2.59 a pound. Jumbo pack fried drum size, $1.19 a pound. What a steal. You can always find certified Angus beef and Sanderson Farm chicken at the Pig. 2-pound bag seedless mandarins, just $3.99 a bag. 1 pint sweet blueberries, just $3.99. Tart California lemon, 49 cents each. Crisp green cabbage, 79 cents a pound. 1 pound bag sweet baby carrots, $1.49. California navel oranges, 59 cents each. Zucchini or yellow squash, $1.99 a pound. Half-liter Coke or Sprite, just $11. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store. Cost less. Down home, down the street on the Richlands Highway, Jacksonville, and Main Street in Maysville. Remember, say big with a pig.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're back and still in studio with us, Peter Wright, our Medicare and medical specialist and insurance guru all the way around. Peter, we were talking earlier about drug prices going up, but and you had some more comments, more points to make.
Yeah, just basically that. So it's really going to affect the people that are on a standalone prescription drug plan and with possibly also supplement plans. But they're 2025, they will really see a lot of their drugs moving to a higher tier, and so their drug costs will go up.
2025 or
in 2025?
Okay,
yeah, and that's why this lady is busy doing this database now, because she needs to have it done by April this year, so it's ready for all the insurance companies and so on, so that she can help. Yeah, and have it done.
Should people on these plans that you're talking about, should they run it out now and make change? They have some time, right?
Well, people that are on a standalone prescription drug plan do not have any enrollment period in which you can do that. No.
Okay.
They're not able to. But so what will happen, I think, is next year, next annual period, which is October the 15th to December the 7th this year in 2024, we'll probably see, I would think, quite a larger swing than normal from people having supplement plans to advantage plans, if they realize that this is coming down the
the insurance companies don't have a problem with that. They're going to pay, because they're not going to have to pay anymore for the prescriptions if you have a plan like that, right?
Well, insurance companies are going to have to move the drugs to a higher price tier. This is what I understand from the talk, because otherwise they won't be making enough money from the premium prices will have to go up for these individual plans, as well moving the tiers up.
But for people with an Advantage plan already, the insurance will give money to the pharmacies than they're currently paying, right?
People with an Advantage plan, if they have an Advantage plan, sorry, I didn't realize what you were pointing towards there. People with an Advantage plan, there's enough money being provided by the government to the Advantage plans that they'll be able to divert some of that. I think that was really what the point was being made in the podcast. They'll be able to divert some of that to suck up the money that
increased price.
So for people like me that are on Humira, and last year I would have had to pay $16,600 if I'd got that, whether I got it on a standalone prescription drug plan or an Advantage plan. That's what the cost would have been for that drug for me. So in other words, it would have cost the insurance companies a lot more. So next year, they're trying to going to be trying to put people on higher tiers,
sure,
and put the premiums up for those prescription drug plans for the standalone ones.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick break here. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM. WSME. We'll be right back.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246 CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. 6 days to the Republican primary in New Hampshire. There's still plenty of chances for voters to see and hear the candidates in person.
Governor DeSantis will attend 2 town halls, one in Hampton and another in Derry. Nikki Haley will hold a rally for her supporters, and former President Trump will speak with voters in Portsmouth after hosting a rally of his own last night with now former candidate Vivek Ramaswamy.
Fox's Brooks saying that tonight's Republican debate is canceled. Haley and Trump wouldn't show up. President Biden meets with Republican and committee leaders this afternoon.
President Biden will host top congressional leaders at the White House to discuss his $106 billion national security funding request, which includes supplying military aid to Ukraine, assistance to Israel, and $14 billion for U.S. southern border enforcement.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. Stock futures are lower this morning ahead of the opening bell on Wall Street. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1
WSME.
It's live and local. Real Talk.
Okay, we're back live on local Real Talk, and appreciate you guys staying with us here this morning. And also joining us on the line right now, the one, the only Congressman Greg Murphy. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, guys. How are y'all?
Good morning, Greg.
Well, what is it there? What's the temperature?
25.
Can you hear?
Gotcha. 16 degrees here.
Yeah, well, we're headed for 16 on that, I understand. So, 15 actually.
God, come on.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
I'm sorry, I'm not a penguin. This is not what I do.
I think you need to. I think you need to introduce an act, a bill in Congress to make it able to be below 40 degrees at any time.
Well, the climate change folks would. Who knows even where some of those folks are, but it is what it is. So
Hey,
we got snow on the ground. Actually, it's a clear blue sky. The Capitol building I'm looking at it right now looks very, very beautiful, and we'll take what we get. How about that?
Can't judge a book by its cover, though.
That's very true. God, if I've not learned that, I have. So.
All right, let's see. We've heard a lot of your fellow GOPers there. They're complaining that the attacks on the Houthis was launched without their approval or even their knowledge. Did you know anything about that prior to the attacks a week ago?
No, we did not. None to worry. And I don't even think Mike McCall, Mike is a good friend of mine. He's the chairman of Foreign Affairs. I don't think he knew anything about that. The whole thing about Secretary Austin not telling Eden the or his assistant, it just goes to show you that's just been the theme of this administration is a dictatorship. I find it so hypocritical that the part of the now Democratic monologue is to say that the Republicans are a threat on democracy. But if you look at what these guys have done, they want to mandate your gas stove. They want to mandate your speed limit on your boat. They want to mandate your vaccine, whether you need it or not. It goes on and on and on. And they're the ones who are the true threat to democracy. So, give me a break.
I'm a little surprised and a little shocked. I should not be either. But all I heard from them during the campaigning 4 years ago, was that we're going to be the most transparent organization. And I've seen anything but that.
Nope. And honestly, the most corrupt organization with all the stuff that's going on with Hunter Biden and then Joe Biden behind the scenes with his teen email aliases and Hunter's 20 shell bank accounts to funnel money. I mean, good Lord. And then how the IRS and DOJ tried to protect protect Hunter and delaying things, action against him for his, hundreds of thousands, ending up millions of dollars in taxes not paid, delaying it long enough to have the statute of limitations run out on some of them. So it's just absolute corruption. Absolute.
Well, I'm assuming that the House, after hearing the news, what was it, last week, that he showed up for that during the hearing, which was a big surprise, and like, what are you doing there? Because he had refused to answer a subpoena, and that's what you guys were talking about. He refused to come before Congress.
They blame Trump for having, making a circus. Good Lord, this guy's a circus ringleader. As soon as it was Marjorie Taylor to talk, he got up and left.
Yeah.
So talk about a little chick. But just still, it's just pathetic. It's we're absolute laughing stock on the world stage.
So what else we got going?
Well, the whole deal now is about funding the government, and Mike Johnson is in a position that he's capable of doing. I think the whole thing with McCarthy should never have happened. It was a personal vendetta by one individual from Florida who loves to say outrageous things and seek the camera, brought the Republican Party down to its knees. And I will firmly blame him and several others of that same ilk if we lose the majority or if we don't grow them. They would rather scream, rant, rave, fight than actually get something done. And it's a real challenge. So here we are. The whole purpose of what I just started last year, all the different 12 appropriation bills, and then have a true budget. But several of them blocked us being able to vote on Republican bills. And then a couple of those, one may have a goatee that screams out on the House floor that the Republicans have done nothing. And they're the reason for it because they blocked everything. Because it wasn't 100% perfect. It was only 90% perfect. And so, it's just, it's very, very challenging. That said, we're trying to get the government funded. Speaker Johnson has proposed a ladder approach to pass a CR on a few different disciplines like agriculture or science and technology or things like that to get us to abortion bills are done. He and Schumer, who don't let me get me started about how Schumer hates doctors and hospitals, have negotiated on a number a little bit higher than I wanted, but everything's not perfect to try to move the country forward. We don't need a lockdown, and those who say we ought to lock down the country are making things emotional decisions, not on rational thought. Because it's never win on locking down the government. So.
You have I think you were, I was talking to Alex yesterday, and there's a new little deal that you've got that you're promoting. I think you're releasing it today. Is that?
Which one are we talking about?
I forgot exactly which one it was. He said that you would be able to talk about it. A program that you're involved in.
Maybe it's the Veterans History Day project.
That's the one.
In New Bern?
That's
all right. Sometimes I need a little princess. So this is a great initiative put forth by the Library of Congress, and what we are trying to do, and we're actually pretty much in this and cataloging veteran stories. Now, remember there was a great push about 15 years ago to get, maybe it's even longer, to get World War II stories.
Yes, wish they had.
And it was good, but not nearly what we're needing to do. And so we're working with the Library of Congress to get literally as many veterans as possible from the 3rd District to come and tell their story. Literally tell their story, tell about what their experiences were, whether you were, in the field with an M16 or whether you were a cook behind the lines or whether you were somebody in logistics. Every person who served our great nation is so critical to our success. And what we're doing is we're holding different days. In Corolla, we've had one down in Jacksonville, and inviting veterans to just come and tell their story. Tell their story and sit down. We try to make it no more than 30 minutes so it can be videotaped, and we put it in the Library of Congress. It's really a fantastic thing.
Interesting. Yeah, I like that. That's a really cool project. And I was going to mention it today to somebody else.
If folks will call our Craven County office, call our Jacksonville office, and call and make an appointment, I just encourage anybody who's a veteran to come out and tell. It's so critical. I'm going to be there if we don't end up back in D.C. And I think it's so critical. My family was all Navy. Brother was a naval pilot. My father was a surgeon in the Navy. My uncle was a pilot, naval commodore on a ship up in the North Atlantic. I even had a relative who was a naval pilot shot down in the Sea of Japan. A fellow named John Weeks, 2 weeks before the bomb on Hiroshima was dropped.
Wow.
So I went on and told these stories. I'm not a veteran myself. I'm kind of doing a different line of federal service these days. But I told those stories, which I think is important, a great thing to tell.
It is. It's very important. I wish I'd take my dad, who was World War II in the Navy, and two uncles were in the Navy, World War II, and another one was in the Army. The other uncle was too young. He was only 13 at the time. He tried to enlist, but that didn't work out too well for him. But anyway, they had we got down of Navy individuals. Now, me personally, I used a musket. That's how old I am.
Yeah, you didn't use a slingshot?
No. I was a modern type. I had the musket. It was issued in 1851, manufactured in 1851.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
My dad, and after my dad passed away when I was young, when I was 16, and then my mom passed away about 20 years, not quite 20 years ago, and cleaning her house and everything, I found a saber.
Oh, really?
That it was a bayonet. It was a longer bayonet, but it had a mounting post and everything. And I looked it up.
World War I.
This was a saber. Yeah, absolutely. I forgot to mention my grandfather was in the Army and walked on the Champs-Élysées in Paris after World War I. And it was a World War I saber.
Yeah,
so, and it was used.
I've had my hands on one, but that's it. I do have a 1944 U.S. Army machete. So
There we go.
we got all sorts of cool stuff. All right, Representative, I know you're busy and you're going to stay warm, and you're going to introduce that bill to make it illegal to have any temperatures below 40 degrees, and that will be in the middle of the winter. Let me know how it works out.
I got some buddies from Minnesota, Tom Emmer, who's the caucus whip. He just loves the cold weather. He's up there and he just loves it. So he might even be against it. So, but whatever.
Yeah, bless him. Anyway, sir, thank you as always. We appreciate it, Doctor.
All right, take care.
All right, take care.
Good to see you, Kentucky Kelly.
Yes, they're here.
Yeah, we're
Yes,
here.
we're here.
Listening.
All right.
Great.
Talk to you later.
All right.
Okay, we're back, and we've been joined. We've got another person in the studio. We got our house full today.
I know it.
Melinda, how
We'll
are
get back
you?
to you. We'll get back to you,
Hello.
Peter.
I'm really quick. Yeah. I'll go really
You got here real fast.
quick.
Looks like you still got a summer tan.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Trying to keep my face looking normal.
Oh, well, it
Hard to do
doesn't-
these
doesn't-
days.
Doesn't work for me.
That's-
Whatever. So what's on your mind?
I just have to some news about a Onslow County Republican Men's Club having a meet and greet for all the candidates. I believe they have 39 that have signed up to come. So that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it is.
From level all the way to the state level, all the way to governor's race. So there's going to be some people here in town tomorrow night, Thursday, at the Jacksonville High School from 6 to 8 p.m. And
Can anybody come?
Anybody can come.
Doesn't have to be a Republican.
No,
Okay.
does not have to be a
Just
Republican.
checking.
Just anybody who wants to invest and in their education on who their Republican candidates are for all the races.
It's better
They've
there
been-
than on social media.
Well, they've been working very hard for several months to put this together,
Good.
and a lot of work has been put into it, and I got to give it to them. They've done a great job organizing this, and I'm really excited to see a great turnout.
Do they have commitments from everybody?
Yeah, well, not from every single person, but they have, like I said, they've got 39 commitments. A very, very good lineup of candidates that will be there. They'll have tables set up, and they'll have, a little ditty of time to speak. And then there'll be a time like we do a lot of our normal meet and greets. They'll say a little something, and then you can go around to each table, get their literature, talk to them, even give a donation, or volunteer for their campaigns. So it's a great opportunity to meet people you might not normally meet face to face.
Okay.
So
Where at Jacksonville High School will it be?
it'll be in the
In the
cafeteria.
cafeteria. Okay.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, that's at the back, kind of by the baseball fields.
Really?
You can get there from the front, but if you want to
Yeah,
park,
it used to
easier
be
to
up
park in the
front.
back.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
it's at the
used to
front
be
and
up
in the
there in the
back,
front.
like the back
They'll
of
be
the-
there.
yeah.
There'll be
You
some
can park in the
attendants.
back, yeah.
There'll be an attendant kind
Oh,
of
I'm
directing
sure.
people.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll get citizens, voters to come out. And hopefully it won't be just, a bunch of
Radicals.
no, just we don't want it just to be the candidates.
No, we want the
we
public,
want the
yeah. I
public
agree
to
with
come.
that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
6
6 to 8. I've posted it here. So.
Okay, good. So I will check that. Maybe I'll even go. What's tomorrow? Thursday?
Thursday. You can when you get off work, you can meet us there. There's refreshments, aren't they?
Yes,
Oh,
they're
good.
being provided by Golden Corral.
Oh, good.
So
that's even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People
I like
like
that.
refreshments.
Yeah. Refreshments. Family friendly. You can bring your kids. There won't be any,
I'm bringing
marches
Jack.
or anything like that.
You're bringing what?
I'm bringing Jack.
I'm not bringing
your
my Jack. No, my Jack will run amok. No.
Oh, I'll bring
Anyway, I
chocolate.
just wanted to pop in and say hi to you guys
Thank
in
you.
person because
Well,
I
thank
haven't
you.
seen your faces. In
I know
person.
forever. And this is the first time this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's first time this year.
I think the last time you were in, you were UP chairman then.
Maybe I was. I
Yes.
probably saw-
Yeah, it's been that long, I believe.
Wow.
Are you sure?
I think so.
Oh, I came in.
think
Did I
you
come
did.
in for
Yeah.
the Mark Robinson rally that I put on?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. You
you did,
did.
yeah.
You did.
Yeah, I wasn't the chairman for that, but that was a lot of work.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Well,
anyway,
thank you.
thanks for letting me pop
Thanks,
in, you guys.
Melinda.
Have a great day and stay warm. It's freezing cold out.
I'm
Yes,
going.
it is.
I got a fireplace.
Take care.
Yeah.
Bye, Pete.
Cheers.
A burning fireplace.
You keep
Yes.
sending us photos of that fireplace.
I know. I'm going to keep sending them to you just
I
to
know
make you
you
jealous.
Keep on. Just keep
I
on.
I called Candy last night. I said, listen, if your power goes out, don't
Come on over
even
here.
do anything except, you know how to get in. So
Gather
come on
off
in.
the animals.
But be sure that you call me before you come if it's after hours.
Correct.
So I don't want to be surprised.
No, I agree with that. Well, your SWAT team here will alert you anyway.
Yeah,
so
that
I'm not
too.
too worried about that. Yeah.
Peter, let's take a quick break. Then it's all Peter when we come back here. How's
Yes.
that? You're live and local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, we wear 311B Bridges Street, Morris City should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electric supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware does the size and custom thread pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, Light up that Wilmington Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridge Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only copper protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech, luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home. It's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, giving them the best of the best for 2022 in the flooring, covering, and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997, with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stand behind it.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And for our readers, information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Wismart and Chappie's Chicken. And for over 50 years, Great Gas and Oil Company has kept our community comfortable year-round with heating and cooling products and dependable service. In addition to heating and air conditioning service, Great Gas and Oil Company does generators, tankless water heaters, and quality appliance repair. For service, phone 910-347-7138. Locally owned and operated by Jerry and Jeff Allen and Bobby and Louise Williams.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we got a little bit of weather here to hand. And let the page back up here going.
It's going to be cold.
It's going to be cold. That's going to be the weather. It's going to be.
That's all you need to say.
Yeah, well, no, you're going to have to say a little bit more. Hey, if you want to find a place to hang out, or maybe you haven't been down to Tyree in a long time, you're brand new to the area, and you've never stopped by there, you've got a boat or you got an interest in boats or fishing, why don't you just stop in 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River? You can pick up some of the latest gossip, some actual news, and then a few let's go along with it, because when fishermen talk, they lie. That's what it's all about. It's all good. Stop in at Tideline, bring pictures of the fish that you caught. Perhaps we like to see them too, and you'll probably find one of us showing us the way things work. Tideline Marine has a great team that actually enjoys dealing with the public. You don't find that at every building, every store, every storefront. These people actually enjoy talking to the public. A public the team considers as part of the Tideline. It's the boat show season. We all know that. And Tideline has boats to show year round. They got some right now, whether it's a top of the line Lund fishing boat for the rivers and backwaters, those shallow waters where the red fish and the speckled trout like to hang out. There's Aloha pontoon boat that you can show off to a lot of friends, because it'll hold a lot of friends all at one time. Or an offshore or nearshore center console aqua sport that will take you to where the big fish like to play. Tideline has something for you. And while you're looking around, you might want to take a look-see at the lures, those fishing lures that local fishing guides use. The same lures they buy at Tideline, the lures that actually catch fish to keep their customers coming back for more action. All you've got to do is Tideline Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Keep your eye on the weather. Weather leads the news around these parts for the next few days. First, offshore, out to 20 nautical miles, there is a small crack advisory. It should expire this morning about 8 o'clock. Offshore today, northwesterly winds 15 to 20 knots, gusts to 25, diminish to 10 to 15 this afternoon. Seas 3 to 5 feet, dominant period 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers pretty choppy. diminishing to a moderate this afternoon. Tomorrow, westerly winds 5 to 10. A very nice day, becoming southwesterly in the afternoon. Seas 2 to 3 feet. Dominant period 8 seconds. Sounds and rivers a light chop. Friday, westerly winds 15 to 20 with gusts up to 25. Seas 3 to 5, 2 to 4 near shore. Sounds and rivers choppy. If you're going offshore, do it tomorrow.
Today, sunny, high of 40 with gusts as high as 15 miles an hour. Tonight, clear, cold, low of 21. Tomorrow, sunny, high of 54. Tomorrow night, low of 38. And on Friday, cloudy, high of 55 with winds about 16 miles an hour and gusts as high as 24. So that's just going to feel much colder than 55.
Yeah, right now it's 25 degrees.
Saturday, high of 35. Brutal. And low of 15.
You can go ahead and close that page now.
If y'all see any extra firewood hanging around, or if you have a tree that's about to fall down, chop it up and bring it over.
Send it to Rayford.
You can DoorDash it. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, DoorDash.
Yeah.
I'll DoorDash you some wood, Rayford. Yeah, yeah.
I got a pretty good supply right now, but I'm sure I'll be burning most of that up in the next few days. Peter, things that are happening out there. We talked about drug prices likely to increase next year, and if you've got the Advantage plan, you're okay. If you don't have it, you'll have it next October 15th through the 7th of December to make a change to get an Advantage plan.
Yeah, well, that would be. I expect to see more people getting Advantage.
I do too, based
because
on
of
this.
That. Yeah.
I mean, if I didn't have one, I would dang sure get it. So, what else we got going on? People need to know about.
Well, Kelly, you had something happen this
Yes.
last week.
So Peter signed my brother up, who is disabled, for a better plan. He had United Healthcare, and he was signed up on a new Aetna plan, which had better benefits and even had some good dental. It had a lot of better stuff. When I went to Mom's this weekend to go through his mail, turns out Medicare, for whatever reason, canceled his new plan and put him back on the United Healthcare he was on. And so I immediately called Peter from Mom's, and he wanted to know if someone had called my brother and maybe asked questions and he changed it back. Well, turns out he did not. So now we're trying to fix this giant mess. But I'm wondering if anybody else has had this happen to them. And I just still can't figure out why it was switched back.
People changed and not, but most of the time they've known that they've spoken to someone. So if your brother didn't speak to anyone,
not speak to anyone,
then that shouldn't have happened. And I can understand. I mean, what was happening with United Healthcare was he was on a plan, and that was being got rid of at the end of the year, because they were putting in a new plan in with a higher premium, and that's why you were looking at a different. And so they may have done that, and they shouldn't have done. They may have done that automatically, or I mean, they would have done it because we made the change for you on the 6th of December. So they done it on 7th of December.
Right. It doesn't make sense. And the letter says we were informed by CMS that you wanted to, you were canceling your plan. That letter from Aetna.
Who is CMS?
Center for Medicare.
Medicaid Services.
Yeah.
So, well, if they didn't,
the whole thing is weird.
They would have had to call him, right?
And no one called him.
They should have done. But what they may have, what I'm thinking is maybe what they did was look and see if any change had been made, and because they wouldn't see that, they wouldn't be notified of that until about 3 days after you and I signed it up. They would have said, well, on the 7th of December, I'm just assuming this, but because we haven't seen any changes made up till now, and we don't know for the last 3 days, we'll put it through because it's probably there hasn't been a change made, and if there is, it will be only a few people that will be affected. And so it's that last change that makes the difference. And I would normally know about it if it was any one of the other three companies also, but unfortunately, and you've mentioned the name already, Aetna,
it was Aetna,
does not have it doesn't inform agents when there's been a change if that sort of thing happens. And I actually didn't know that either. But is one way I can find out, and that is to put somebody's name in and query each person's name that's signed up for an Aetna plan. Now, I didn't know that until this week because of what's happened.
Learned,
So all the other companies let me know immediately this has happened, because we could have caught it in the middle of December and said, no, don't put that through. We've already put the other one through.
Right.
And that's what
And had no idea.
We could have cancelled the enrollment and uncancelled the disenrollment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's aggravating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where we are.
So you're going to have it under control?
We hope
Yes,
so.
we're going to make a change because there's an open enrollment period still. We can make that one change, so we can move him back to the plan that you wanted to get for him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, the other thing I will say, he also wanted to get extra help.
Yes, but now after reading all the requirements, I'm not sure he'll qualify based on the retirement stuff. Yeah.
So that's why it probably didn't go through. Is that what you think?
I don't know. I need to ask you about that. I'll ask you off the air.
Yeah.
I want to make sure
Okay.
you can explain me one thing, and you can tell me if that qualifies or not.
Okay.
I'm
And
just reading it.
And one thing I'm going to do, because up until this year, I was always able to sign people up for extra help using my own computer. They'd give me the information, I could sign them up. Well, I've been stopped from being able to do that now. It's just, I think they're trying to stop agents from, I don't understand why, but from trying to help some people. I've got some of my colleagues are still able to do it, but if I do it, I'm blocked out of being able to do it. It just says that that person's name and social security number do not tie up. And I've tried it with about 5 or 6 people. And I've spoken to other agents and they've found the same thing. So some agents are still able to do it, but I'm not at this stage. So what I'm going to do today, or I hope it's going to be today, if there's enough time, is to go to Social Security and also to social services and try to get the forms for extra help, typewritten forms for extra help and for Medicaid. And so I've got forms that I can give to people and say, right, fill these in, and I can, if they need help, I can help them with filling those in to get to get the services that they need. Because that's, I find that extra help is really important
Oh,
for
heck
people.
yes. Yes.
Yeah. So we'll talk about your brother.
I thought something sitting there, I pulled it up, and I think something's about to preclude him that I didn't even think of.
So I'll report back about what I found out from
Yes.
social services and Social Security, because
This extra help is some parameters there. If you make too much money, even as a couple, or if you own property exceeding a certain amount of money, what are those parameters?
So if you're a couple, it's less than $2,485 per month
as a couple.
Then you can be at, and you have assets, whether that's an IRA or money in the bank or stocks or so on. If you've got assets less than, or it's around 30,000, I haven't got the exact figure. Then, so if you're less than both of those, then you can apply for extra help, and that will either lowers or completely gets rid of your premium for your drug plan or MAPD plan, your Medicare Advantage plan, and it also reduces the cost of your drugs. So that's the one situation. If you have a standalone drug plan, where if you get qualify for extra help, then you'll be able to. You won't have to worry about the drug prices in 2025, or shouldn't have to, unless something changes there. And if you're single, the figure is $1,843, so $1,843 or less, and less than 15,000 or thereabouts.
Okay. All right. You're still at the Walmart up here on Marine Boulevard North, near Western Boulevard, behind the Golden Corral, right?
Yes.
On
Yeah.
Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays this week.
This week. Yeah.
And you go in at 10 o'clock and you're there until
Till 6 o'clock. I take 1 hour off for lunch between 1 and 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can find me there this week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, next week, I understand you're going to change that.
I'm changing that because I'm going to a conference next week, so I should learn a lot more stuff that I can. So I'm going to be there the whole of Tuesday, I think, from 9 o'clock through till 6 o'clock, with an hour off between 1 and 2, and I'll be there Wednesday morning from 9 till 12, because then I've got to be in Winston-Salem Wednesday afternoon.
I don't know what the weather's like next week, but right now it's cold. So you'll still be with us next Wednesday morning then?
Yes, I will be.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. If you folks have got questions, please either text them, email, messages on Facebook. I won't get it, but Lee and Kelly will get it. Or you can do the cool thing. It's called Let Your Fingers Do the Walking. Dial 910-333. That includes you. Alexa, dial 910-333-0139.
Kelly and I
cringe every time he does that. People get so
Jennifer
upset
probably
with
does
you.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I dash and stop
I
her from
broke a
calling.
toe one morning trying to run for Alexa and cut her off.
It's good. It proves that your Alexa is working. Alexa, are you working?
You need to stop. You're going to make people very angry.
I'm going to put one of them in here. We got a bunch of them. Robbie's got them. Anything else here? We got the times you're going to be there.
A couple other things. One, marketplace plans, Obamacare, in other words. That's the sign-up period for that. Open enrollment period for that is now over.
Okay.
That finished on Monday, but people can still earn between 138 to 150% of the federal poverty limit can still sign up. I'll give you those figures next week. But
Gosh, just going to ask that how many signed up.
Yeah. So you're still able to get it if you're at a limited income above a certain amount, but below a certain amount.
Okay.
And what else? We've got the
Obamacare stuff.
Yeah, so that's the Obamacare stuff, and of course, we spoke briefly about the OEP already for Medicare Advantage plans. Be careful during this period that you don't get pushed by an agent to move a plan unless that is something that you're really looking at doing, because there's a lot of fraud and so on out there. So be careful.
A lot of fly-by-nighters, I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's just I've had people call me, and the way they word it makes you think it's Blue Cross Blue calling you.
Yeah.
We're calling you about your Blue Cross Blue Shield policy. I have 2 of them, state and federal. And they'll start talking. I said, are you set? I'm completely satisfied. Thank you very much. Well, let me check it and see what amenities you have and what you have. And I know they're setting me up to try to get me to switch insurance companies. I said, no, I have a special agent for it.
I do too. He's called an FBI agent. Ready to hang up now? Can people still, I guess, if you're on Obamacare, how does that apply with Medicare in case can you have both?
Surprisingly, you can have both. I didn't think you could, but I researched it a couple of years ago, and there's no law apparently that says you can't have both. But
really,
but why you would want both, I really don't understand, because Obamacare is not. It's not I think the word is accredited. If you have Obamacare on its own, a Medicare, then you'll get a late enrollment penalty because it's not classed as being creditable. That's what I was looking for. creditable cash.
Wow.
So once you do get once you get qualified for Medicare, you want to get Medicare. Otherwise, you'll end up with late enrollment penalties. Have a little late enrollment penalty. It's only $1.70 per month, but
it's a penalty.
It is a penalty, and I will pay it every month for the rest of my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Any questions, ladies?
No, I think he's pretty much covered it all.
Good. Appreciate you sitting through and enduring all of the others today too.
Well, it was interesting also for me.
Interesting with the insurance commissioner too, because he was picking up on what you were talking about.
That was good. That was good timing.
Okay, Peter, we will see you next week, bright and early. Hope it's going to be warmer.
Likewise. Thank you.
All right, you take
Cheers.
care.
Bye.
Cheers. You're live at Local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 11:20 a.m. I'll be right back.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder. $11. Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil companies for commercial and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384. If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760. Southern Touch Painting, maintenance, power washing, and roofing on commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repairing, clean out painting, maintenance, power washing, and roofing. Fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want it painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, maintenance, power washing, and roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow companies.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okie dokie, we're back. Thanks to Peter for coming in. By the way, if you want to call him, his number is 252-373-4056, 252-373-4056. You could go to his website as well, foxplans.com. Did I say that?
Love it. Yes.
Did I say that kind of like he did? Foxplans.com. That's
love
great.
That name.
Man, that would have been great for us.
Yes. Yes.
Let's see what else here. And he's also at the old Walmart, the original Walmart here,
North Marine
North
Boulevard.
Marine Boulevard, there, Western Boulevard, behind the Golden Corral. So you can go over there and get some food, and
That's right.
either before or after. Okay, what else we got cooking? The temperature's still 25 degrees at the air station, and that's the National Weather Bureau's official site that they use. I haven't checked, and what it is
Just
for?
outside to give Peter his phone.
You froze, didn't you?
Oh, it's cold out there.
Let's see here. It's 24 degrees at the Albert J. Ellis Airport.
Wow. Let's see what my phone
Hope those airplanes have on them. Okay, what's going on in the news world?
Yeah, my phone is showing 26 degrees where we're sitting right.
That might be. In here is 70,
Oh, yes. I mean, it's much warmer
72
in
in here.
Outside, though, it's cold. So, just a PSA, we have a county commissioner meeting at 6 p.m., right, Kelly?
Yes.
And the Board of Education meeting is also at 6 p.m. tonight. So,
The battle of the commissioners and the
Yes.
was the battle of the two boards.
right.
The board
and-
battle.
and
That's
you
what
know,
we could call it.
For those that want to watch, you can go on G10 if you have Spectrum Cable. If not, I know the Board of Education does their meetings on YouTube, and you can watch the county
Or
commissioners
Go over
meeting.
there and
That's
watch 'em.
right.
It ought to be a fun time.
You can go to the Onslow government page, and they put the link there that you can click on and watch it too. So, anyway, getting back into the monthly meetings now that the holidays are past.
And I know it's people are always complaining about. Some people are complaining about the. We were talking about this in here the other day off camera. About the one meeting is the first meeting of the month's on the morning, and the second one is in the evening. And people are complaining about meetings being at about the morning meeting. And to, you know, and one of the reasons that was done so they wouldn't have to pay overtime, but the other reason that was done for elderly people who had complained in the past that they can't drive at night.
That's right.
People that work, you know, in the evening and can't attend, you know, not everybody has 8 to 5. So I know a lot of you people that complain about it think your job is the only one that, you know, you're the only one. But there are other people who have jobs that aren't 8 to 5 and they work evenings. So for some of them, for a lot of those people, periodically, the only meeting they can attend or view, unless it's after the fact, would be the morning meeting. So to me, it makes perfect sense to do one in the
No,
morning,
you're
one
wrong,
at night. It's
Kelly.
accommodating everybody.
You're wrong. According to social media, commissioners purposely moved that meeting to 11 so they can get away with underhanded voting, et cetera.
How does that happen?
Oh, that is the dumbest statement made. And that, not only that, that's just pure ignorance.
That's where they vote on the big stuff that nobody can comment on.
Like what? Show me one example of what got voted on in the morning that people
The
think
meeting,
big.
the first of the month, I don't think it was even 45 minutes long, and it was just
mostly
and some rezoning issues.
stuff.
Yep.
That was it.
So I'd like to know.
I would like to know also.
But I mean, what is this? But this is that mentality of me.
Right.
Just because, you know, wants it all the meetings to be at night, have some consideration for people that do work
It's just
at night and can't attend that meeting.
There are a whole bunch of people
or
work-
elderly that
A
can't
lot
see
of
the
people
drive.
work second shift. Okay,
Yes.
that's the way it is.
Yes.
Hospital workers, for instance, you've got all sorts of people that work night shifts.
Correct.
What are you going to do for them?
frankly,
Or people that can't see at night to
Yep,
drive.
that
And
too.
there's even young people that can't see at
We-
well,
night to drive.
frankly, if you watch the videos and you watch the meeting program, there's not that many people, whether it's nighttime or daytime. You know, so and the people complaining the most, I
Them
don't
don't
see
even
them
come to
there.
the meeting.
That's right.
So what are you complaining about?
And this has been something that's being, it's just the same people over and over again saying something
Got
about
nothing
it.
to complain about. Going to complain about that, but you know, it was done for a reason.
Hmm.
It wasn't done so they could to vote a certain way. I mean, that is this ignorant statement.
There's a guy, his name is Rasheen Younger.
Okay.
He's 44 years old. He was until Sunday. He died.
What happened?
He was serving a 76-year prison sentence for the 1997 rape in Pitt County. Apparently, another inmate hit him. He fell backwards, hit his head, and he died in a hospital.
Oh wow!
So
Was it hitting like a fight or
it doesn't say
he
things
was playing
other than-
around? Did he?
other than just
did
was
he get-
struck by another inmate. He fell backward. Don't know any of the circumstances leading up to it.
Oh, wow.
So anyway,
Huh.
that's a, told you,
Yeah.
prison's a
dangerous place. I agree with that.
And this lieutenant governor, who was the acting governor in New Jersey, did you hear about her?
I don't recall.
She died in office
Wow.
suddenly.
How old was she?
It's not old. Let me see if I can get back to that story, but we'll take a break and we'll try to find it here in just a minute. You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97 WSME, worldwide, WSME971.com.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're good, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue, by the Sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan. Formerly Infantry, the Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors. Services that you need our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience, service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor Service Agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning, 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling, 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train, systems, and more. Visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're back. Information on the lieutenant governor there in New Jersey. Her name, Sheila Oliver. She was 71. She was filling in for the governor who was out of the state for a period of time. She was hospitalized on Monday, and then she died. Senate President, presiding President Nicholas Scutari, Mr. State Senator, stepped up to fill Oliver's position on Monday while she was receiving medical care for undisclosed that the governor will be on his way back as quickly as possible. Doesn't have the cause of death here as yet. He's the governor's out of the country. Oh, well, so much for that. What else is happening?
We are laughing. Y'all saw us laughing on the air.
Yeah, there's a reason.
We're laughing about the electric vehicles. You guys know we're not a fan of them. And in Chicago, because there's a winter storm. So anyway, a lot of people that own electric vehicles are stranded because their electric vehicles won't charge, and some of the charging stations are not even functioning because they don't work in the cold. Like, this is like the greatest thing ever. And not that people are charged, but
not for the people with electric cars.
But we are so anti-electric car in here.
You gotta understand too, when about an electric car, it's got a 300-mile range or 200-mile range or whatever. That's on perfect conditions. You know, when it's too cold, the batteries don't hold up as long. When it's cold or hot, you're running either air conditioning or heater, and they both draw current from the battery.
Didn't think about that.
And this is not the greatest answer to anything.
Well, remember I was the last time we talked vehicles, and I talked about when I'm driving on 40 going between here and my mom's house. I'm always passing. It's mainly Teslas, and I'm always passing them. And I mean, Tesla has. I have a friend whose brother had bought a Tesla, and they were bragging about 0 to 1 whatever in breakneck speed. I have yet to see a Tesla doing anything. I'm passing them on the roads like they're standing still.
It's just like with a gasoline vehicle. The faster you go, the more juice you use.
Yeah, or maybe about that.
So they're
'Cause I
trying to
was like,
conserve
why are you
their
gonna
battery.
pay all that money for a car that gets passed by Kelly and her Buick? Come on now.
That's the way things work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Honda's coming out with a fully electrified SUV this year.
Nope. They can keep that fully electrified.
No.
It's a 2024 Honda Prologue.
Well, I don't know what the ideal climate for a car like that would be. I'm trying to think in my brain where. I don't know. No, everybody has either very hot or very cold. There's no
Well, you would have to use it in the
under those quote perfect conditions you talk about.
yeah.
Where
I'm
is
trying to
that,
think.
Rayford?
Well, Bonair's got it.
Okay.
Temperature there in the wintertime is going to be about 70. The high is going to be in the mid 80s.
Then Bonaire, you have to ship it
There
to
you go.
Bonaire because you can't do Florida.
And Bonair's,
you can't do the Midwest or the West.
The whole island is 25 miles long.
There you go. Yeah. You could drive around on one charge with that thing down there, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to find a state that would be the most ideal. I can't think of one. Where?
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Nothing's coming up.
In my brain, nothing is popping up in my head. Like the far southern states are super hot in the summer.
You'd
But-
have to have two homes.
You'd have to, I guess,
Mhm.
and tow it between. I don't know. Maybe
Tomorrow.
April here, the month of April.
April
here.
would be good.
Yeah, you could drive it for a month.
Tomorrow.
All right, tomorrow we got some guests coming up.
We do.
In the studio at 7:30, Matt Feehan. He's a candidate for NC House 15. He's a libertarian. So,
Yeah, he's running against Phil Shepard.
He's running against Phil Shepard, and he will be in the studio with us at 7:30
But
tonight.
libertarian, he's running as a libertarian.
He's running.
So he's automatically on the ticket.
Yes.
So he'll be on, unless there's no other libertarian running.
Right.
There's
He'll
one
go through the
Democrat
primary,
running.
Right. There's one Democrat, Chris Schulte.
So in November, we've got three people running on the ballot.
Wow,
for
I don't
that
think
district.
we've ever had that happen, have we?
I don't know of any time.
I don't recall.
So
And then, of course, at 8:40, it'll be Miller time.
Yep.
Our Chris Miller will be
It'll
calling
be cold
in.
Miller time.
Yeah, cold Miller. Yeah, so he'll be updating us on all the area high school sports.
Maybe Chris will be warming up the area.
Yes.
Well, it's a good thing it's basketball season because you get to play inside.
Yes.
Hopefully the gyms are warm.
Mm-hmm.
Usually they're toasty warm, like humid warm.
Yeah. Now that body
As
heat.
long as
in
the
there.
heater doesn't break.
True that. Yeah. I love how the
lot of
TV says cold weather on the bottom of a little thermometer on there. Do you see that up there?
Have you been getting all those little messages when you start a Buick in the morning? You got those, caution, there may be ice on the road.
Yes, I got it this morning. Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Popped
I
up
didn't
and
get
told
that.
me.
Well, it's because we're special. We have GMCs.
My car would the door handle was frozen.
Really?
Yeah. Weird.
Wow.
Gosh.
I
have a garage, but I have stuff in it.
We'll take the stuff and put the car in.
No, I have stuff in there organized just a certain way. So no, I'm
I
cool.
don't put mine in the garage
That's a
much.
hassle.
Just during hurricanes
Yeah,
or
I will do
snowstorms
something like
or
that, but other than that,
hailstorms. Then I'll put it in the garage.
It's too much work.
See, I don't have. I have to shut the doggy doors down
It's
in
a
order
lot.
to open the
Yeah.
garage doors, so they don't run out while I'm backing in and out. So
a lot of
I just
work.
rather park outside.
Well, I've got several doors you have to go through before
Yes,
the
I
doggies have
know.
access.
You have such a setup here. I wish I had it. It's nice.
It's kind of like a Sally port at a jail, you know?
When I'm changing changing my doors anyway. So
I'm still in the pineapple plant, so there's that.
yeah,
It's
shh,
Drew.
don't, you were supposed to tell.
Okay, Drew, we got a couple.
Drew hung up.
Drew, come back.
All I had was a dial tone.
He's calling about snow. I know that's what he's calling about.
Yeah.
Says he's, oh, it did say it was still on there, but
All right. Well, maybe we'll call back tomorrow morning.
yeah.
Okay. We got to go. Fox News is coming up. After Fox News at 10 o'clock, another dose of a Daily D's. And
That's right.
oh,
You need to stop shivering. You're making me go.
Rick's going to be shivering. And then he's going to do the man, Chris Hollywood Man. And that's going to be at 3 o'clock this afternoon. And I think Chris ought to open it up today with Baby, It's Cold Outside.
I agree with
It's
that.
not a Christmas song.
That's true. It's not.
It's a Christmas song. Everybody plays it only at Christmas, but it's not a Christmas song.
You're right.
That'd be a good oldie today. Baby, it is dang cold
It
outside.
is very
What
cold
it does
outside.
it does it have actual Christmas
No,
lyrics
there's
in
not
it?
not a Christmas lyric in
I
there.
didn't think so.
No,
No,
it's nothing.
no.
Just like isn't Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? It's not a Christmas song, but that's when it's played.
Pull on slate tonight. I think
Yeah.
that would be a
Oh yeah, no.
Christmas
What
song.
is it? What
Slade
is
tonight.
it? The Christmas song that
Frosty.
Frosty the Snowman.
Frosty.
Yeah.
I had my animals and stuff.
Yeah, a deer or
A deer or a snowman. Okay. Yeah, you know what I meant.
okay. We will see you tomorrow in about 24 hours. Go have a nice warm day if you can. You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSM.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246 CJ, Jacksonville.
It's cold. Fox News. I'm Chris Foster.
I know that New Hampshire will